Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I really wanted to do a drugstore brow routine. I have several brow products from the drugstore that I have been using all the time, and so I thought that I would share with you guys what I do because I normally do my brows before my tutorials and I never show how I do them. So I thought that it would be really helpful, and I know some of you guys wanted to see it. So that's what I'm going to show you guys today. Before we get into the tutorial, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and join the family. And if you guys want to be notified, just make sure to hit the little bell so that you'll get a notification each time I post, so you can be one of the first people to watch my videos. So if you guys want to see my drugstore brow routine, then just keep watching. So starting off with clean brows, the brow pencil that I've been loving from the drugstore recently, that I use like every time I do drugstore tutorials and even off camera I use this a ton, it's the L'Oreal Brow Stylish Shape and Fill Pencil. This is what it looks like right here. I actually use mine in the shade Blonde because to me it's actually kind of dark to be a blonde shade, and I feel like it works really, really well with my hair color and my brow color. I just like how it looks. So first things first, I take the spoolie. I just use the one that is connected to the pencil, and I like to brush up the brows. So I used to kind of like mark where the brows should go. I'll show you on one brow just so you can see how you can do that if you are confused as far as where the brow should be filled in. But these days I kind of just eyeball it, to be honest, but I'll show you on this one. So if you put your pencil right up against your nose, you can kind of make a little mark, and that's where your brow should start. Putting it through the middle of your nose, through the pupil diagonally, you can make a little mark there, and that's where it should arch. And then I go from the end of the nose to the edge of the eye, and kind of follow that line, and that's where the end of your brow should be. So if you want to, you can mark it out that way. It just kind of helps you get some practice and helps you kind of figure out where your brow should be. So then I brush down the ends, and I actually start off by kind of creating and defining this arch here, just using these little strokes, and I kind of connect the dots. So from the arch dot to this dot, and brushing down the hairs will kind of help me create a more precise line at the top of the brow. Once I feel like I kind of have a good line, I'll just brush up the rest of the hair, and then I'll go underneath. And then I kind of move into the center of the brow here and start to create a line connecting this part to the underneath of the dot here. It's kind of hard to explain. Hopefully just watching it will help you. And I kind of alternate like brushing through as well, and kind of looking at the brow and seeing what places might need to be filled in a little more. For the front of the brow, I like to take really light strokes and then kind of flick the pencil in like hair-like strokes for the center so it's not too harsh there. If your edges aren't perfect, don't worry about it. That's why I clean up the brow, because mine are hardly ever perfect. So just do your best. And then I'm just going to do the same thing on this eye. I'm going to block it out since I did on the other eyebrow. That way they're nice and even, or as even as possible. The goal is not necessarily to make the brows like as even as each other. Brows should be sisters, not twins. So I'm just gonna kind of do that same thing, connecting the top of the arch down to where the brow ends. I've actually never had my brows waxed by a professional. I do it myself. I don't know, I'm like so scared to go get them waxed because I feel like somebody's gonna botch them, and like I don't mind the shape of my brows, so I just kind of like upkeep them, kind of. I probably could be better at it, but I just like don't know who to trust. And I have like 3 brow hairs. I have like nightmares about that. Just going and getting my brows done and then them being completely wrong, or like waxing off too much. I don't know. I feel like maybe people are better at brows than they used to be, but I just do them myself. I just trust myself, even though a professional will probably do a better job. I like don't want to risk it. I don't know. Okay, so now that they're both filled in, I just like to brush them up again. And this is my favorite part, and I feel like this makes the biggest difference. What I've been using when I do a drugstore brow routine is the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Concealer. Whatever concealer you have works. Just make sure it's not too lighter than your skin tone. If I do use something kind of light, I'll put it just underneath. Up here it just looks kind of funny. So I just take a little concealer brush, something that has a pretty good defined tip. Actually a flat brush would probably work best, but I don't even own one of those. And then I just kind of start to follow right underneath the brow with the concealer, and I kind of take my time with this, going right underneath the edge here. And I try not to use too much product either, because then I find that I have a better application and it's just a little bit more precise and a little easier for me. So then I drag the line in pretty far. Actually, I bring it in toward the nose there, and then I will do the same thing on the top of the brow usually with whatever's left on the brush. If you have to get more, that's fine. But I try to just like work with a little bit if I can. And I do the same thing. I bring it in. You can blend out the edges with the brush as well. So then you kind of have these two lines here, and I will just go in and with what's left on the brush, just lightly blend those in. And then I'd like to tap in any lines with my finger. And then to further blend in the lines, I just take that same spoolie and brush through the brow again. And it just really cleans up the brow. That's my favorite part about a brow routine. It really does make a difference. So I'm just gonna do the same thing on this eye. So after I've done that, I just brush through them again, and then I look for any sparse areas and I try to fill in anything that might need filling. So like this part here, just really lightly try to fill it in. So then I usually do my entire face, and then to set the brows, I'll go in with the Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer. I have been loving this product so much, but I always wait till after I do my makeup to apply it. So I will show you once I get to that point in my makeup, and then I'll show you how to put it on. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my makeup, and I will be right back to show you how to use the Brow Volumizer. Okay, so now that I have my makeup all done, the last step that I love to do is apply this product. The applicator is extremely unique. My shade is soft brown, but what I like to do with this is just really lightly brush it into the brows. Really, really lightly. It has like actual fibers in it, so it will make your brows look even more full and bushy, which is something that I look for because I actually don't have like really filled out brows, so this product has been amazing. Plus it kind of adds some highlights to the brow, which I really like. I like to go into like the middle of the brow and kind of brush up these hairs a little more if you really like that feathered brow look, but you don't need that much. Like go super lightly over the brow hairs, and it also holds them in place all day, which is fabulous. If for some reason you feel like you want it to be a little bit less textured, you can run the spoolie through it again just to kind of soften it slightly. So that completes my brow routine, you guys. I hope you found this helpful. If you guys want to see this makeup look, I will link it down below. I did film this look, so it is a tutorial that is live on my channel. So I will link that in the description box if you're interested to see how I got this makeup. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite drugstore brow products are down below. I feel like there's some hidden gems at the drugstore that I have yet to discover. The ones that I used are my current faves, but let me know which drugstore brow products you guys love because I love your recommendations. So leave that in the comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you like these more in-depth tutorials and if you would like to see me do some more. And with that being said, I will see you all in my next video. Love you. Bye!